Namaskaram, my name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. So, in this part, I am going to explain the important and the last concept of endocrines, the hormone, that is classification of hormones based on mechanism of action. Based on the mechanism of action, hormones are classified into two groups or two types you can take. So, group 1 and group 2 hormones are type 1 and type 2 hormones. Now I am showing here group type 1 hormones. First I will explain, after that we will go for the description. So what is the fundamentally, which hormones comes under this type 1, those hormones are hydrophobic hormones. Hydrophobic hormones also called as a lipophilic hormones. Okay. So this one you are seeing is a target tissue. That means, as we know, if every hormone having its own target, and then this hormone go and act on the particular target tissue. It shows, hormone shows its effect on the target tissue. So this I already said, type 1 hormones include hydrophobic hormones. Because these are hydrophobic hormones, this is the plasma membrane of the target tissue. What is the nature of the plasma membrane? Hydrophobic. So what is the nature of this hormone? Hydrophobic. So these hydrophobic hormones can easily crosses the membrane because both are same nature. Once hormone enters into the cytoplasm, in the cytoplasm, the receptors are present. That is why these are intracellular receptors. Receptor present within the cell. These intracellular receptors are also called as a soluble receptors. Okay. So these particular hormone go and associated with, combines with a particular receptor, intracellular receptor, to form the hormone receptor complex. Okay. This hormone receptor complex crossing the nuclear membrane. This is the DNA. What you are seeing, the DNA consists of number of genes. This gene we are calling as a hormone sensitive gene. This hormone receptor complex go and binds to that hormone receptor, that is hormone sensitive gene, activates the gene to produce the mRNA through transcription. Okay, corresponding mRNA. That mRNA enters into the cytoplasm where it undergoes translation to produces the protein. Now take protein acts as the enzyme. This enzyme mediating this enzyme doing the biochemical effect. That information is carried by this hydrophobic hormone. So, what are the important points under this group 1 hormones? What is the nature of these hormones? What is the nature of hormones included in this group? Those are hydrophobic. One important point. Okay, na? Hydrophobic hormones. Are they interacting with the intracellular receptors or extracellular receptors? They are binds to intracellular receptors. Intracellular receptors. Next important point, directly these hormones directly go binds with the genes and stimulates the synthesis of corresponding enzyme. That enzyme doing the biochemical effect. So these type 1 are good. Hydrophobic hormones, there is no involvement of secondary intracellular secondary messengers. For the action of these hydrophobic hormones, there is no involvement of intracellular secondary chemical messenger. As we know, hormones are basically intercellular primary chemical messengers. Okay, that is why here I am using the secondary. So these are the points you should remember, 3 points. So these group 1 or type 1 hormones include hydrophobic hormones. These hydrophobic hormones combines with intracellular receptors only. Then for their mechanism of action, there is no need or no involvement of intracellular secondary chemical messengers. Now, what are the hormones comes under in this group 1 or hydrophobic hormones? Those include testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, aldosterone, cortisol. Already I said this information. These 5 hormones are steroid hormones synthesizing from the cholesterol. Cholesterol belongs to lipid. Lipids are belongs to hydrophobic. Along with these 5, you should remember T3 and T4 also. These T3 and T4 also belongs to hydrophobic. So overall on the group 1, you should remember only 7 hormones. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, aldosterone, cortisol. T3 and T4. These 7 hormones are hydrophobic, combines with only intracellular receptor. For their mechanism of action, no need of involvement of secondary chemical messenger. That means what? Next to group, remaining all hormones comes under second group only. Okay, now I am going to explain how they act, how the group 2 hormones, how they act similar to this group 1. Come to mechanism of action of group 2 or type 2 hormones. So here you should remember one word. Those what is the nature of hormones they placed under group 2 means the hormones are hydrophilic. So all hydrophilic hormones are placed under group 2. So consider this is a hydrophilic hormone. So this is the target tissue where this hormone show its effect. So this hydrophilic hormone cannot cross the plasma membrane because plasma membrane is hydrophobic. This is a polar, that is a hydrophilic. That is why it cannot cross the membrane. This hydrophilic hormone go and associated with receptor associated with the plasma membrane. Such receptors are called as extracellular receptors. Okay. So hydrophilic hormones combines with only extracellular receptors. Why? Because they cannot cross the plasma membrane. So that results hormone and this receptor complex is formed outside only. Then, but this messenger, this hormone carries the information how it will activate the enzyme within the cell. That is why once hormone receptor complex is formed, this hormone receptor complex in the cytoplasm activate or stimulate intracellular secondary chemical messenger. So the same information hormone is giving to the secondary chemical messenger. Why here it is called as a secondary chemical messenger? Hormones are the primary. So the best secondary chemical messenger ever, that is a cyclic AMP, that is a CAMP. Along with some secondary chemical messenger like calcium and DAG, diacylglycerol. DAG stands for diacylglycerol. So calcium and diacylglycerol also acts as a secondary chemical messenger in some tissues. So the best known secondary chemical messenger is a cyclic AMP. Once a secondary chemical messenger activated within the cell, this activates a specific enzyme, corresponding enzyme. That enzyme mediates a biochemical effect. That information about the biochemical effect is carried by a particular hydrophilic hormone. So what are the points you need to remember under the type 2 or group 2 means? Which type of hormones placed in these hormones are hydrophilic. This is the one important point, exactly opposite to the group 1. They combines with extracellular receptors. But group 1 hormones combines with intracellular receptors. Definitely they need this mechanism, these hormones need involvement of secondary chemical messengers. These 3 points you should remember. Okay. These hormones, hydrophilic hormones, combines with the extracellular receptor because they cannot cross the plasma membrane, and they need to activate intracellular secondary chemical messenger within the cytoplasm of the target tissue. I said group 1 hormones include 7 hormones: testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, aldosterone, cortisol, T3 and T4. Remaining all hormones other than those 7, remaining all hormones comes under group 2 only. Example like you can understand remaining all hormones: insulin, glucagon, hormones released by hypothalamus, hormones released by pituitary gland, anterior pituitary gland or pituitary gland. You can take all the thymosin hormone. So all hormones except 7, the group 1, remaining all hormones comes under group 2 only. So this is a classification of hormones based on the mechanism of action. So there is a possibility of asking one question. Last year NEET exam also one question asked based on this mechanism of action. They gave the corresponding hormone. They asked whether this particular hormone combines with intracellular receptor or extracellular receptor. That is why there is a possibility of asking one question based on this mechanism of action. So till now, if you understand the concept well, you can like and share this video to your friends, subscribe our channel. Definitely, if you have any doubts about the chapter, you can comment below. Definitely, I will respond to your question. This chapter is absolutely required for the NEET exam. You should study. I covered all points from the NCERT. Question will not escape. 3 questions from the NEET exam will not escape from our topic. If you have any doubts, you can comment below. Definitely, I will respond to your questions. Thank you.